We go to Washington.
Fuck.
Where stupidity is not just a state of mind.
It's true.
But it's a way of life.
That is true.
Enter one Jasmine Crockett.
No! No!
Just because people commit crimes doesn't mean they're criminals.
What?
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this, to quote the great Dean Wormer.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Or in Jasmine's case.
Bro, what the fuck?
But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Friday. End of a week, a very long week, especially that we are still in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, but also how much courage that the man had, how much people loved him, and also the ongoing news in regards to him. Of course, the assailant, the murdering bastard who committed the crime, just had his first court appearance yesterday. Yeah, don't give it. Give zero. Piece of shit. Bury his ass. Anyway. Then, of course, we have the aftermath of the great and legendary philosopher, Jimmy Kimmel, his cancellation, firing, suspension, whatever you want to call it. You got idiot and morons protesting. How dare you? How dare you do this to Jimmy? It was all about free speech. He's just a comedian. Yeah, I'll talk about that at the end of this segment. But the main crux is Jasmine Crockett. Yes, that wonderful congresswoman out of Texas who is no nonsense. She's down to the facts and she speaks her mind. The only one that's true is the latter. Speaks her mind. And most of it is garbage. Quote, just because people commit crimes, no matter how heinous, no matter how evil, disruptive, destructive, does not make them a criminal. How dare you? Yeah. Wow. And she's a congresswoman. But then again, so is Sandy Cortez. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Jasmine Crockett claims committing a crime doesn't make a person a criminal. No, in her mind, it probably makes them a saint. Representative Jasmine Crockett out of Texas claimed that just because people commit crimes doesn't make them a criminal, adding that it depends on the person's quote-unquote mindset. Yes, depending on how your mind is feeling that day, you know, what kind of mindsets you're in, you know, did you wake up on the wrong side of the pillow? Did you, were you drunk? Were you feeling good? All these things come into play. During an interview with genderqueer Netflix star Jonathan Van Ness, because people really watch that shit, no. Crockett was asked about having worked as a public defender and what she wished people knew. Crockett responded by explaining that when you are, quote, assigned to only deal with indigenous people, you end up learning a lot about yourself. Quote, it's not just understanding what ends up in having been criminally impacted really informs you of what I do legislatively, right? Crockett continued. So when people are like, oh, crime is terrible. And yes, it is. Depends on the day. Because when somebody goes out and commits a crime, they don't typically say, well, I'm a D, I'm an R, I'm an I. It's not like literally like, I'm about how do you fix it? How do you go about making communities safer? Did you understand that jibber jabber? Yeah, me neither. Crockett continued to explain that as a public defender, she was in a unique situation because she had conversations with people who were going out and committing crimes, and she was able to understand what was pushing them to commit such crimes. And so I do want people to know that just because someone commits a crime, it doesn't make them a criminal. That's completely different. Being a criminal is more about your mindset. Committing a crime can come from a lot of different reasons, Crockett added. But let's hear from Miss Crockett herself and her wonderful philosophy.
Understanding what ends up having people become criminally impacted really informs so much of what I do legislatively, right? So when people are like, oh, crime is terrible. And yes, it is, right? Like, because when somebody goes out and commits a crime, they don't typically, say, well, I'm a D or I'm an R, I'm an I. It's not like literally like, it's about, well, how do you fix it? How do you make communities safer? And I do think that I'm in a...
I don't know about getting the criminals off the streets. Just saying. Any crime. No matter how you slice it, it's crime. Whether you steal a candy bar from the grocery store, you burn, you loot, you rob somebody's house, you shoot a person, you end a person's life, a crime is a crime is a crime. Now, I understand that there are different levels of punishment in regards to those crimes. Somebody who steals a candy bar out of a grocery store, maybe just getting a slap on the wrist from the officer, don't do it again. Or if the store decides to press charges, a misdemeanor at best. Then we go into the much more heavier situations so that Jasmine Crockett could understand. When you are shooting on average 35 to 40 people every weekend, as in, I don't know, Chicago? Yeah, that's a problem. When you are defending criminal illegals like, I don't know, Los Angeles, that's a problem. Baltimore, Miami, Atlanta, New York, Philadelphia, that's a problem. But according to Jasmine Crockett, she doesn't see it as such. She says that's people just trying to survive. When California has a law that you cannot prosecute anybody that steals less, or shoplifting cases, it steals less than $1,000, which means you can steal $999.99 and the prosecutor will not go after you. Charges won't be filed against you. So you literally can go into a person's house, break into someone's home, steal their shit, and in California, not be charged with a crime or a misdemeanor at best. But if that same person who breaks into that house gets shot by the owner of the house defending their property, oh, no, we can't do that. We're going to file criminal charges against you. And of course, you just got to wait for the family of the person who broke into your house to sue you on top of that. So this is the stupidity that we have. And the reason why Donald Trump has no issue putting the National Guard in crime-infested shitholes like Chicago, Baltimore, Philadelphia, Atlanta, New York, LA. No problem whatsoever. Because if the local cops either A, can't do it, B, won't do it, or C, have their hands handcuffed literally behind their backs because of the legislature or the mayor, council, council members, what have you, passing insane laws that prevent the cops doing what they're supposed to be doing, is to stop crime, that's a problem. But in Jasmine's world, she doesn't see it that way. They're just trying to survive. Somebody shoplifts and steals diapers or, milk or soda or what have you. No, they're just trying to survive. So, no penalties. No penalties. Notice that a lot of democratic cities that they won't prosecute said crimes. In Republican-run cities, they do. What is the difference? Well, the difference is, as Jasmine likes to call it, the mindset. Wrong is wrong. No matter what city you live in, whether it's red or whether it's blue, a crime is a crime. But like I said, in Jasmine's world, she doesn't get it. But like I said in the beginning, this is the same Congress that elected Juan Sandy Cortez. So there's that. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is what's next. Oh, and what I meant in regards to Jimmy Kimmel and the fools protesting, how dare you kick Jimmy off the air? Well, it's funny how these are the same people that had no problem when Roseanne got fired by Disney many years ago. And also when Gina Carano got fired by Disney. Did they protest? Were they coming out to ABC studios in New York and LA filing protests? How dare you fire Gina Carano? Honey, Gina Carano, Gina Carano was right, in protesting signs and what have you. No. All you hear was crickets. As Roseanne got the boot, and Gina got the boot, and of course, they're turning Jimmy into a saint. Shows you how up the world is. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. When you see more like this, please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.